Hi, welcome back. Today I am here with my Christmas/December book haul, and I have a lot of things I'm really excited to share with you guys today. And also, I have a lot of books that I've gotten as Christmas gifts from really amazing friends here on BookTube. I got a couple of things that I got from my husband for Christmas, and I wanted to share the love, and then of course, you know, books that I've picked up for myself as well. Oh, right, and I also have a couple of books to share that I got for review from authors or publishers. As usual, I'll start with the books that were sent to me for review or for promotion. The first one, okay, honestly, I can't remember if I included this in my last book haul or not, but since I'm not sure, I'm just going to include it here again. This is a book that was sent to me for review from the author. It's an indie published sci-fi book called Gil's World by James Murdo. This is part of the Wanderers trilogy. He reached out to me. This sounded like something that might be up my alley and be really interesting. This is going to be on my TBR for January as my indie published pick of the month. It's kind of a post-apocalyptic sci-fi thing set in space that follows a young woman with special abilities, and I don't know. I remember looking at the reviews and thinking it sounded like something I might be interested in, so I said I would pick this up and review it. So thank you so much to James Murdo for sending me a copy. I look forward to reading this. The next book was sent to me by the Harlequin publicity team for promotion on Instagram. This is Driven to Distraction by Lori Foster, and this one just seemed like fun. It's a adult romance novel about a woman and a man who work for a antiques collector, and they're sort of stuck in a car together on a road trip to go track down some collectible item, and some kind of a romance develops between them, so it just sounded like it could be fun. And then the final book that was sent to me for review is a nonfiction book that just came out. It sounds super interesting. It's a memoir called The Burn Zone by Renee Linnell. And guys, this sounds fascinating and right up my alley. It's a memoir about this woman who basically joined a cult, which I find very intriguing. Like, reading about that kind of stuff is super interesting. So I'll also be reading this one in January, and I'll let you guys know what I think, but I'm definitely excited. And it's not terribly long. It's like less than 300 pages, and I love the cover. It's so pretty. So thank you so much for sending me a copy of this. It was a PR company. I don't know. It was a PR company. I'll list it below. But yeah, thank you for sending me a copy. I will be checking that out. Next, let's talk about gifts, because I had a lot of them, and I'm like so blessed and honored to have the amazing friends that I have through this community, and also a wonderful husband. So one of these is not actually a book, but it's book related, but let me share with you what my husband got me for Christmas, because he's just awesome. So the first thing he got for me, guys, I love this so much. This is the Rubeus Hagrid pop, and it's huge, and look, he's got the birthday cake for Harry. It says happy birthday, Harry. Like, the detail on this is so great. I love it. So I sort of collect pops. I'm not crazy. I don't have all that many. If anybody's interested in seeing what my collection is, I could show you at some point. I'm not like a serious collector or anything, but I'm so happy. Like, this is so cool, and you know, it's book related because it's Harry Potter. In the same vein, I actually got him a mystery box of Lord of the Rings pops, and I'm not going to show you everything that came in it, but real quick, I did want to show you my favorite thing because I just think it's freaking awesome. This is Dark Galadriel. Guys, how cool is that? Yeah, I love it. This is very cool. So it's a Barnes & Noble exclusive. Yeah, so I'm a fan. Anyway, so those are the two non-book items that I'm going to share with you today. The other thing that is sort of a Christmas gift for my husband that I like sort of picked out for myself, but it's cool. This is actually something I had been eyeing and wanting, but it was a little pricey, so I probably wouldn't have got it except as a Christmas gift. This is the Barnes & Noble special edition of Red Rising. And it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I love it. I'm so happy to have it. This is my 4th copy of Red Rising. My husband's like, seriously? Like, why do you have 4 copies? So can I just like find special editions of books you already have then in the future as gifts? I'm like, probably. Yeah, that would probably work. But yeah, this book is absolutely gorgeous. I love the cover. The end papers are super cool, and it's got 5 illustrations throughout it, which are really gorgeous. I'll show you a couple of them. I love this book. This was one of my favorite books that I read in 2018. There's an illustration. There's an illustration. Anyway, it's really beautiful book. I'm super happy to have it. I wasn't gonna pick it up because it's kind of pricey, but for Christmas, Yay! So yeah, so I have this, I have the original hardcover, and then I have two promotional copies, one of the house editions and one of the other editions. So yeah, anyway, adding this to my Pierce Brown Red Rising collection. I love it. And then I have some really amazing friends on BookTube, and I have some things that they gave me. So first up, one of my friends, Karen, over at Run Right Reads, had given me a gift card to Barnes & Noble, and so I used that to pick up two books that I had really been wanting, which is very exciting. One of these you probably have seen if you've seen my favorite books of 2018. This is Written and Read by Anne Bishop. It's the first in a series. I originally picked it up from my library and read it and absolutely freaking loved it and needed to own the entire series, so I used the gift card to pick this up, so thank you, Karen. I know this is outside of what you usually read, but I'm very, very happy to have this. And then I also picked up the second book in a series that I am planning to read in 2019. This is Magic Burns by Ilona Andrews, the second book in the Kate Daniels series. It is paranormal, urban fantasy, and it's one of those series where I know I'm gonna love it based on everything I've heard. I just need to actually start it. So I now have the first two books in the series. So thank you, Karen. I really, really appreciate that. Like I said, I really loved Written and Read. It's the first in a finished series of 5 books, so I clearly needed to own the rest of them. So I went on eBay and bought myself the second book, Murder of Crows, and then the fabulous Brandy over at Brandy Ginny's Bookshelf blessed me so much for Christmas. She got me the other 3 books in the series, guys. And she gave me a gift card to my favorite coffee company, Bones Coffee. Brandy, oh my gosh, I love you so much. That was so, so generous. You didn't have to do all that, but I so appreciate it. So guys, if you aren't following her, seriously, go check her out. Honestly, all of the channels that I'm talking about today are wonderful friends and just have wonderful content, so I will link all of them down below. So please, please, please go check them out. But yeah, thank you, Brandy. I'm so excited to finish this series in 2019, and I'm so blessed. So I have a couple of things that have showed up in other videos, but since we're talking about BookTube friends being amazing around the holidays, I thought I would share this again. My friend Amanda over at The Naughty Librarian sent me a copy of The Bone Witch by Rin Chupeco, which is beautiful. Thank you so much, Amanda. I really appreciate this. I know this is a debut YA fantasy. She said she really loves it and thinks I would be into it. The author is from, I want to say, the Philippines or something like that. I think I actually saw her on a panel once. But yeah, so thank you so much, Amanda. I love it. She knows I love fantasy, and so it's a good pick. And then my dear friend Leanna over at Leanna's Library sent me this gorgeous handcrafted coffee mug that says "Let It Snow," and this is by A Little Tinsel. I love it. It's so pretty. Thank you so much. This is beautiful. She knows I drink lots of coffee and tea, so I am getting use out of this. This shows up in my worst books of 2018 video because we're spilling some tea there, so yeah, thank you. Thank you, Leanna. I thought it was appropriate also to use that for that video, given. Another gift from a wonderful friend was Difficult Women by Roxane Gay. This was sent to me from Katrina over at the Fabulous Book Fiend. She's just wonderful. We're actually going to be buddy reading this in January, so I'm really excited. If you guys don't know, I love Roxane Gay. She's become a new favorite author this year, and I'm really looking forward to reading more from her. This is, I believe, a short story collection. She writes deeply moving feminist literature, and so I'm really looking forward to picking this up. So thank you, Katrina. I so appreciate it. Julie from Pages and Pens sent me the most beautiful gift, you guys. This is Night of Cake and Puppets by Laini Taylor. It's so pretty. Thank you so, so much, Julie. I can't even tell you. I'm so happy to have this. I have been loving Laini Taylor this year. I've read Strange the Dreamer and Muse of Nightmares, and I'm in the process of reading her Daughter of Smoke and Bone series, and this is a little sort of graphic novella that is a spin-off from that series, and it's gorgeous. I didn't realize how beautiful this book was, honestly, until I got it. So let's just appreciate, guys, I mean, look at that naked book. It is absolutely stunning. The end papers are really pretty, and then just the book itself is gorgeous. It's got artwork throughout it, which is super cool. It is part novel, and then it's got a bit at the end that's like a graphic novel. I cannot wait to pick this up once I finish the series. You guys probably already follow her channel, but if you don't, do yourselves a favor and go follow her. She's fantastic. So yeah, thank you. I'm really, really happy to have this. I have 2 more books that were gifts to share with you. One is from the lovely Mara at Books Like Whoa. She sent me a book that I have really been wanting to get my hands on. I've heard such fantastic things, and it ticks a lot of boxes for me. This is Red Sister by Mark Lawrence. I'm so excited to have this. I hope I get to pick it up soon. So this is about assassin nuns, which always works really well for me. And Mara read it and loved it. Other people I know have read it and loved it. I think the 3rd book is coming out this year, so I'm very excited to pick this up. Thank you so much, Mara. I'm very, very excited to have this one. And then the last gift that I received is from Melissa over at Sassy Ginger Book Obsession. She has a great channel. She's a smaller booktuber. She's a mom. She just does great unboxings and reading vlogs, so go follow her. Her channel, as everybody else, will be linked down below. But she sent me a book that I'm so excited to have because it completes my collection of the trilogy. This is The Heart of Betrayal by Mary E. Pearson. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so happy to have this. I had been on the lookout for a hardcover copy of this book. I own the 1st and the 3rd book in this series, which I'm loving the trilogy, but I was missing this one, and now I have all 3 of them, so thank you so much, Melissa. I really appreciate it. This is such a great series, you guys. It's so pretty. It's got like imprints. Oh my gosh. Yay, thank you. I love it. Yeah, so the 1st book in a spin-off duology just came out this year, but the original trilogy is complete, and it's great YA fantasy. It's got amazing world building and interesting characters. I'm really into it, so thank you, Melissa. I so appreciate it. Okay, now that I'm done gushing about how amazing all of the booktube people are and my husband is, I have books to show you that I bought for myself in the last month. First one of these I actually picked up on Black Friday because I just thought this would be a cool thing for our family to own. It's a beautiful book. This is A Christmas Treasury. It's a Barnes & Noble special edition. It's gorgeous. I mean, just look at it. And it's got gold edges. It's so pretty. Santa, I love this. So this will be like a cool book with illustrations. So it's got a bunch of different classic things in it. It's got A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, A Country Christmas by Louisa May Alcott, and just a bunch of other like Christmassy short stories, and it's illustrated. It's such a pretty book. So this is more a special one that I'm hoping we'll read from as my kids get a little bit older. I'm really happy to have it. And for Black Friday, it was 50% off. Plus I had my membership discount. So I want to say this was like $10 or something like that, which I just thought was really great. So yeah, I'm very, very, very pleased with that. Then if you guys haven't seen it already, you might know that I recently went to the Queen of Air and Darkness signing with Cassandra Clare. And so I will link that video up above. But what I ended up picking up because she was going to sign 2 books was something that I have been waiting to have. This is the paperback copy of Lord of Shadows. I'm actually collecting this series in paperback, so I didn't keep my hardcover either because I want to get it in paperback. Is that like totally lame? But I'm really, really happy to have this. Yeah, because otherwise my series won't match, and I'm weird like that. So yeah, but it is signed by Cassandra Clare. It was so great getting to meet her as well. The last time that I had met her was when Clockwork Princess was coming out forever, so I'm like an OG reader, guys. I've been reading the Shadowhunter books for a long time, which I told her, and it was kind of cool because she was like, oh, that's so cool. I love that you've stuck around. And so it was great. It was great getting to chat with her. So I'm very happy to have this. I will be putting this next to My Lady Midnight, and eventually when Queen of Air and Darkness comes out in paperback, I will have that one as well. I just really like these editions. I think it's cool how they make a picture next to each other. So. And then this I actually found for free. Sometimes people will leave books in our lobby that they don't want anymore, and this is something I've heard really good things about and I've been interested in picking up, so I grabbed it. It is Hillbilly Elegy, A Memoir of Family and Culture in Crisis by J.D. Vance. I've heard really great things about this. It sounds really interesting to me. It is a memoir written by a guy who grew up in the Appalachia region of America and then eventually went on to, I think, become like a lawyer or something. And it's kind of his memoir of what it's like there. And I think especially in the political climate in America, this seems pretty relevant, and I've heard good things about it. So yeah. The next book I'm gonna blame on Mara from Books Like Whoa. She is a big collector of the Penguin cloth-bound classics, which are gorgeous. She actually has a whole video where she shows off her entire collection recently, and it's insane. She owns like almost all of them. It's crazy. They're kind of pricey, so as much as I think they're beautiful, I'm probably never going to have that kind of a collection. However, I have started to buy them when I find them very, very discounted for the ones that are some of my favorites. So a few months back, I found a really inexpensive copy of Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, and today I get to share with you a copy of Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, another one of my favorites. So I'm kind of on the lookout for some of my favorites by Jane Austen, by the Bronte sisters. I'm not planning on collecting like a ton of them, but for some of my favorites, these are really beautiful editions. I love them. So I don't know how well it shows up, but it's got these really pretty leaves on it. This was originally like $24 and I got it for like 11 something, so it was a really, really good deal. Very happy to add this to my classics collection. I also had a coupon for Barnes & Noble, and so I went ahead and picked up another book in a series that I also want to continue in 2019. I've read the first book in the series, but this is Silverborn by Patricia Briggs. This is one of the books in the Mercy Thompson series, and it was one that I was missing. I think I read book 1, and then I think I have 4 other books that were sent to me like forever ago by Lauren over at the Novel Lush. Thank you. So I bought this one for myself because it was pretty inexpensive with the coupon that I had. And then I have a couple of books that I had been on waiting lists for. So if you don't know, The Strand is my local bookstore here in New York City. They're fantastic. They sell new books and used books, and the used books are like new that are sold for half price, which is how I end up getting a lot of the books that I get for as cheap as I am able to find them. And the great thing is you can actually get on a waiting list. If there's a book that they don't have a half price copy of, you can get on a list where they will hold it for you and contact you as soon as they get it into the store, which is great for books that you don't need right away. So I had 2 holds come in this month. These were both half price. So the first one was $9.50. This is the 3rd book in the series currently being written by Kendar Blake, 2 Dark Reigns. The first one was 3 Dark Crowns. This is the only one in the series I haven't read yet, and I've been really loving it. I own the rest of the series, but I didn't want to pay full price, so I got this one for $9.50. I'm very, very happy to have it, and it's just really pretty. So yay, this came in, so now I can continue on with the series. I think the 4th book, I want to say the 4th book might be the last one. I'm not really sure, but I've just been loving everything in the series by her. And then the other hold that came through, again, it's one that I'm so, so excited to add to my collection and to read hopefully soon. It's beautiful. This is How Long Till Black Future Month by N.K. Jemisin. N.K. Jemisin has become a favorite author for me, and this is her latest book. It is a short story collection about Afrofuturism. I just think this book is stunning. The photograph is beautiful, like the spine is beautiful. The book itself is like this really pretty black and yellow, which looks really nice, and it's got deckled edges. Anyway, I'm just like really happy to have this. Again, it's a pricier book. It's normally $26 full price, so I had been on a waiting list and I got it for $13, which was awesome. Okay, then I have one other book that I found at the Strand, and then a very, very small book outlet order to share with you. It's like 4 books, which I'm very proud of myself for only getting a book outlet order with 4 books in it. But first, I know I've been saying very, very excited a lot in this haul because I just am super happy to have all of these. This was actually an early copy I found of one of my most anticipated books of 2019, so I can't tell you how happy I am to have it in my possession already. This is Black Enough, Stories of Being Young and Black in America. Guys, I'm so excited for this. It is a collection of short stories written by Black YA authors. It was edited by Evie Zaboy, who I love. It includes stories from people like Justina Ireland, Danielle Clayton, Jason Reynolds, Nick Stone, Brandy Colbert. Like, I'm just so happy to have this. Also, the artwork is just beautiful, so I'm just going to show you. Let's appreciate the spine. It's so colorful. I love the art. It's just gorgeous. And then, oh shoot. And then underneath it's this beautiful yellow with like a shiny blue spine. This book, guys, I'm so excited about it. So a lot of authors I love. I'm very excited to see what they have to say about this topic. You guys know this is like definitely in my wheelhouse. So yeah, very happy to have this. And then lastly, I have 4 books that I picked up from Book Outlet. Go me. I'm like, those of you who have shopped on Book Outlet probably know that it is difficult sometimes to not buy a crazy number of books, but I was very happy with this. Altogether, I paid $15 for the 4 books that I'm going to share with you, and I had a coupon for $5 off, so I used that to cover the cost of shipping. You get free shipping if you spend $35 or more, but at that point, there weren't that many books that I wanted. I really wanted these, so yeah, $15 for 4 books, which I'm pretty happy with. The first one is a book that's a little bit older, but I know it won some awards. I looked up some reviews on Goodreads, and some of the people that I trust really liked it, and I think I will probably like it. This is The Girl of Fire and Thorns by Ray Carson. It's a YA fantasy novel that's supposed to just be really good. It's part of, I think, a trilogy, and I haven't read anything by her. I know she has a newer series as well, but this just looked really interesting to me, and they have it on Book Outlet for like $3 or so I picked that one up. And then because they had it so cheap on Book Outlet, I also picked up the second book in Victoria Schwab's YA duology. So this is Our Dark Duet. I, like a month ago from Book Outlet, I think, picked up this Savage Song, which is the first book in the duology, so now I have both books. I need to actually read them, but I have generally been liking her writing. And then a book that I've been eyeing for a while, and I finally decided to pick it up because, again, Mara over at Books Like Whoa read it and really loved it. This is A Cato Witch by Nnedi Okorafor. I read her little adult sci-fi novella, Binti. I actually need to continue on with the series. I have the other 2 of those as well, but I really loved that. This is a YA fantasy book. I know there's 2, I think there's 2 books in the series. It's a African-inspired fantasy, which generally I have been loving. I know Mara really loved it, so I thought I would give it a try, and it was pretty inexpensive, so I'm looking forward to trying that one. And then finally, I'm super excited. I finally have the latest book in the Queen's Thief series in paperback by Megan Wayland Turner. This is Thick as Thieves. If you guys have been following me for a while, you might know that I've been collecting this series in these new paperback editions because they're beautiful, and I've really been loving the series. This is the only one that I was still missing, so I had been kind of waiting for it to go on sale on Book Outlet. I knew eventually it would, and it finally did, so I picked it up. So there you go. Those are all of the books that I was gifted in December or that I picked up for myself in December. I am just so over the moon about the wonderful friends that I have, the amazing gifts I received, and some of the fantastic books that I picked up. Like, this is one of my favorite book hauls that I've probably done. Yeah, so talk to me in the comments down below and let me know any of your thoughts of these, if you have read some of them, or if you have recommendations of places that I could start. If you want to buddy read any of these with me, let me know. I would be very happy to do that. Question of the day: did you receive any books during the holiday season, and if so, what were they? If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.